As a Formula 1 fan, you may have surely heard the term Parc Fermé, which came with a foreign accent. This is a French phrase added to the sport, giving the meaning closed park. Originally, this term is used to refer to a secure area in the circuit, where cars are checked over by the scrutineer for legality and safety. But in the modern F1, this term is also used to refer to a time period where the cars are in their garages but under the constant supervision of a scrutineer. We have observed that a lot of F1 fans have problems with this Parc Fermé term, and we are going to solve those problems through this video. But before we proceed, hit the subscribe button and smash the bell icon for more exciting updates. As we mentioned in the intro, Parc Fermé is a zone which is directly governed by the FIA, providing limited access to the teams. Usually, this zone is positioned close to the podiums, providing easy access to the ceremony for the top 3 finishers of the race. Teams are restricted from carrying out any kind of operation related to their cars inside this zone. However, regulations allow access for 3 mechanics with suitable equipment to shut down the systems and keep the machine cool. They also assist the scrutineers throughout the checking process. When the cars are placed under Parc Fermé conditions, then team officials can touch the car, but are allowed only to make certain specific changes, despite being on the track or inside the pit garages. In a normal Grand Prix weekend, teams are requested to visit Parc Fermé or work under Parc Fermé conditions several times in a week. At the start of the weekend, each team should declare that all the parts used in their respective challenges are legal after a self-scrutineer process. After practice, the FIA calls at least 6 cars to check the legality at Parc Fermé. Normally, teams are allowed to make modifications to their challenges until the start of the qualifying session, but at the start of Q1, all the cars are placed under Parc Fermé conditions until the start of the race. Any driver who is knocked out of the first 2 qualifying rounds goes directly into their respective garages, but is prohibited to make any changes to their cars. All the cars are placed under the careful watch of stewards, even inside their garages, to make sure teams are not carrying out any modifications. Drivers who qualify for Q3 must go to the physical Parc Fermé for legality and safety checks. Normally, each team provides the FIA technical delegate with a setup sheet, and this setup must remain without a change at the end of the qualifying as well as the race. However, teams are allowed to carry out the maintenance operations for their challenges, like body part replacement, without introducing any modifications to the original setup. However, changes to the suspension setups are not allowed under Parc Fermé conditions. As we mentioned earlier, one scrutineer stays with the car to ensure that no unauthorized modifications are done. If any of the challengers is found to breach these Parc Fermé conditions, then the driver of that challenger has to start the race from the pit lane as a punishment. One more mandatory physical Parc Fermé for all the racers is at the end of the race, and it will normally take around 1 to 2 hours. Out of all those classified finishers, 1 car will be kept randomly for the deeper inspections. The actual race result is decided at the end of these inspections. Even the podium ceremony is held before that. Under these Parc Fermé conditions, there are around 20 specific jobs that can be done on their challenges. Any change outside of those defined by the FIA regulations needs proper written permission. However, these Parc Fermé conditions become flexible when a car is genuinely damaged by an accident. Teams should write to the FIA technical delegates, highlighting which part needs to be replaced exactly. If permission is granted, then the damaged part should be replaced with a part that has a similar design, mass, inertia, and function. All these operations are done under the direct supervision of an assigned scrutineer. But in an emergency situation like mid-qualifying or on the grid, changes can be done without written permission, believing that permission would be granted later. Teams have to be more careful when it comes to the replacements associated with the power units and gearbox, as there are a permitted number of sets per season. If any team wishes to use either the elements or parts included within those elements exceeding the permitted limit, then such a team has to serve a penalty. Before the replacement, teams should clearly prove the purpose of the replacement, whether it is to improve performance or as a response to a crash or breakdown. Then the FIA decide the penalty for each replacement to ensure fair play between teams. In order to make sure that no modifications are introduced to the power unit, the FIA attaches seals to all the power unit components before using them for the first time. Seals are removed only in running conditions, and it's essential to seal them again within 2 hours after the end of post-race Parc Fermé to make sure that modifications can't be done to the power unit in between the races. Any of the seals shouldn't be removed without the intervention of the FIA, and any kind of illegal act may be subjected to severe penalties. Under these Parc Fermé conditions, each team has a time frame of around 3.5 hours to work on their challenges at the end of qualifying. All the challenges are covered and sealed overnight to ensure that they are not touched. However, teams can keep one car out for an extra 2 hours under the permission of the FIA technical delegates for marketing purposes. On race day, covers and seals are removed 5 hours and 10 minutes before the start of the formation lap, and teams can work on their cars again, but under Parc Fermé conditions. Then, 1 hour before the race, all the teams are informed of what type of modifications are carried out under Parc Fermé. That's the end of our explanation about Parc Fermé. Even though we told it very simply, this is a very complex matter for teams to deal with during an entire race weekend. What do you think about the role of Parc Fermé in creating a fair play among teams? Share your thoughts in the comment section below. Thank you for watching the video. If you enjoyed the video, subscribe to our channel for more exciting Formula 1 news. See you in the next video, guys. Goodbye.